the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy!
Thank you for watching our show. Say hello to my co-host, staffer, studio audience, and the virtual audience at home. Happy Friday. Doing okay, let's get started. It's time for Hot Topic. The only thing is I wish that Salt and Pepper were actually in the studio, but it's okay. They're here, they're gonna be virtual, and they're gonna talk about the movie that everybody is gonna be watching on Lifetime, their biopic, which airs tomorrow night. This is one of those ones, the story is ageless. Whether your kids are 7, you explain to them, but they all know Push It and all the other songs. And whether your great-great-grandmother is in her 90s. This is a family movie with a little, you know, with a little underbelly. Okay, a lot of underbelly. Family watching has changed these days, you know? You know who else wants a biopic? And I vote yes, Little Kim. She said that she was watching a biopic. She was talking to Essence Magazine and said she was watching a biopic on TV. I forget which one, but she said, I need that for me. And I even know who I want to play me. Well, take a look at Kim talking.
I love Tiana. She's my only other thought. There's nobody else in the industry but Tiana. And again, but even before Tiana, because I love Tiana, but you know, she's from Harlem. Before Tiana, I would love to give some little girls from Brooklyn a chance.
I think that's the right way to go. You know, Tiana would be really good playing her, and Tiana paid a tribute to Little Kim at an award show, and that's great. But if you get an unknown, at least I only know a biopic from my own, which comes out the following week, next weekend. Next Saturday. And I know that it was a no-brainer that we would get an unknown because the story that I wanted to tell was everything that I wanted you to know. And some of you know, here she is acting as me there. Sierra Payton is her name, and Sierra, you know her from The Oval. Some people. But a lot of people don't. I didn't know her from The Oval, and I didn't know her from Young and Restless or one of the soap operas. I didn't know who this young lady was until she walked into the audition virtually, and I said, that's her. So then therefore you can get the whole gist of the Little Kim story if she gets an unknown. And Kim has got a serious story to tell. I mean, and I know she'll tell it the way Salt and Pepper are telling theirs and the way I'm telling mine, because these days nobody wants BS biopics and documentaries. Kim, I want to know about your relationship with Biggie. And I expect it to be really sweet and a bit abusive. And I want to know it all. And I want to know about your relationship with Faith, separate from Biggie, and when she found out about you and Biggie, and that you wouldn't back down regardless. I want to know about your relationship with Mrs. Wallace during the time that Big was alive and you were getting in between a marriage. And now I want to know about the relationship with Mrs. Wallace now today. I want to know about your relationship with little C's. I don't think you ever had sex with C's, but C's was like the gatekeeper. He's the one who had to kind of keep Biggie's secrets as he slayed all around the world. And as you stayed home and probably weren't, I wouldn't have been faithful to a man like Biggie if I know, knowing the game, and she's in the game and she's part of the Junior Mafia, but then Biggie became was also his own thing. So she's over in Jersey in the mansion. Wouldn't you invite guests over and tell C's to shut his mouth and pay him off? And he loves you like a little sister, so he shut his mouth. Oh, C, hi C's. Yeah, and I would want to know what it was like losing your house at least 10 times. That might be an over-exaggeration of the number, but at least 5 good times they rolled up there with that bright yellow or bright orange sticker on the front door saying foreclosed. What was that like? Because it wasn't just you living there. You know, Kim was one of those people who, according to what I've heard her say, doesn't like to be by herself. She has to have people around. Not in a sexual way, but in a way, you know, like the guys, her boys, she'd call them. I want to know it. And also I want to know about your relationship with your baby's father, Mr. Papers. Oh, yes. He was there for one moment and then he was out. It was almost like he dropped a seed and went on about his business. I would love to see a little Kim biopic, but Kim, you have to pick the right partners. You can't go with like brand new cablenetwork.com and our breakout show for you to get people to watch is the Little Kim Story. See, and I'm sure Sandy and Cheryl would agree with me. Lifetime, they know how to partner. I mean, and I don't know their relationship exactly with Lifetime, you know, because I have a multi-year deal to do multi-other projects. Mine is just the first of mine. And I don't want to star in mine. I want to direct and produce and write and stuff like that. But they've been some good partners. And they have been working me to death. And I'm sure if you see Cheryl and Sandy roll their eyes while they talk to us, don't blame them. Just trust me. They're promoting for Lifetime, and Lifetime's promotions department acts like we are the product, and you better get out there. All right, now the movie's done. Now promote. Go. I like it, personally. I find it wildly annoying in a good way. Oh, Foxy Brown, excuse me. You know, you and Little Kim were formidable partners at one particular point, and then, you know, Fox and the whole industry, especially from back in that day, knows the reason why Kim won and you didn't is because you were with a strong group too. I mean, you had the firm, you know, but your attitude, you're Mrs. Know-It-All. You were nasty to everybody, the guys, the girls, the busmen, Norman? Fox, but I would love to see a Foxy Brown biopic, but I want to see the truth, and I need somebody, you know, who was with her at that time to tell the truth. And Foxy, I need you to sign off on that truth and do promotions, and don't be embarrassed about your real relationship with Jay-Z and your real relationship with this one and that. You know what I'm saying? And Nas and stuff. Because if you don't tell it, Khalees will. I would love to see that. So, in Atlanta, Porsha is defending why she chose Dennis to be the father of her child. Now, it's been a slow show. We don't always watch. I think we already agreed. We feel like we're watching the same thing all the time. Even when Porsha was being Porsha, opening her legs little by little in the description of, you know, what she heard about Dennis checking off all the boxes, I felt like, I think I walked away from the TV like I've seen this before. I've heard this before. Oh, Porsha's so funny. But Porsha caught a lot of heat on the blogs, and you all were very upset with her. Quite frankly, I agree with Porsha. Porsha, mind you, is a 39-year-old woman and a mother of one with Dennis.
Correct.
Dennis and she are no longer together. She doesn't want to be with him, but she liked what he had to. Just take a look at the clip.
I picked him. I knew. I was like, oh, he got his own place. Look, the leg started right here. The leg was right here, Laura. I was like, oh, he got his own place. He got his own business. Oh,
Oh, he ain't got no kids. Oh, he want marriage. Oh, he want to be with me. He said I'm cute. Pregnant me.
Mind you, she's doing this in front of her mother. Mom was sitting right there, just. But you want to know what? She defended herself on Dish Nation, her other job, because you know, she used to be less than smart, and now Porsha is smarter than a lot of people. You know, she just plays it off with all this he, while you he, and Porsha is taking it all the way to whatever bank is going on, because Dennis is not, what was that first husband's name?
Oh, Cordell.
Cordell, you doing?
Cordell.
Right. Oh, I didn't know we were going to show his picture. But he's got the look at first like, wow. And then you realize, and you're like, damn you doing. All right, so her other job is Dish Nation, and here she is defending what she said. Go ahead, Porsha.
We women these days need to pick the right man, honey. Need to pick a man with a job, with a good head on his shoulders. He want a family. All of them things was checked off, honey, so it went down.
Now, if she was 29, I'd feel differently. You know, 29 with no kids, and I'd feel differently. But at 39, she's not quite my age, but I definitely feel that way. You know, I'm back out here, and, you know, I'm registered on the site. I still haven't checked. Some of you men who've, you know, hollered back, just give me a moment. I haven't checked. I like a little build-up, and then I like, you know, to have time to really look and see what you say to me so I know what to say to you, to see whether it's worth me asking you for your number, so I use my burner phone to call you. You see what I'm saying? But I'm 56, and my child is 20, and I am not looking for the same things that I was looking for in the beginning. You know, I don't want you to live with me. My place is too nice for you, and there's no room for you. I don't want to live with you, no matter how nice your place is. Nope. And when I tell you that I'll be home at 10, I expect you to say, okay, be safe, not where are you going, what are you doing, and who are you doing it with?
Right.
But I'm the type of nice lady that when I get home, I will tell you what I did, who I did it with, and how it went down. But there's certain questions and that I'm not gonna ask you, and you damn sure better not ask me, so I understand the Porsha way of thinking, which is actually the Wendy way of thinking, which is clap if, and men, I want you to participate too if you're a woman. Or you know what, even though you're men, clap if you agree with Porsha and me. Wow. Is that a low-key clap, or you're not?
Me? No, I clapped.
No, because I can't see your hands, but I saw your mouth do this. You know, like, okay.
Right.
And art department doesn't do anything anymore but pose, because his DMs are so, I'm not even looking at him.
Always clapping for you, Wendy. I'm always clapping for you.
You missed his monkey shoes that he had on yesterday. Can you wear those tomorrow? You had some monkey mittens on your shoes or something. Do you have them here today? Maybe when we go into a break or something, like when you get a chance, if you go grab them and put them on, and then we'll come back. I'm not gonna call you out again. Art department, he's very creative. All right, enough with Porsha. You know that lady on The Bachelors, the Queen Victoria? Okay, well, we've all agreed that we don't like her. And we all agreed, I think, that she's a ringer set up to be at The Bachelor, to have the nasty attitude, to be the one that all the girls hate. And she'll probably go down to the last three. She's a New York girl. She'll come back here, and she'll probably do well off selling birthday tiaras and those, you know, those dresses. No, I'm serious, at reasonable prices. She has a life here in New York because we're a different kind of people. We look at stuff like what she's doing, like she was on TV and, you know, it was only $20 or $50. It's cute. It's from the girl from The Bachelor. we do things like, it's different living here than living in like Kansas or something like that, you know? Shout out to Kansas. Anyway, turns out she's more like a lot of us than we thought. But I do believe the people at The Bachelor knew this, because I know that they do background checks, I'm sure. She was arrested in 2012 for shoplifting. That's her mugshot.
Wow.
She shoplifted over $250 in items from Publix grocery store. Now, what she did was she had her basket, and you know how the baskets have the baby seat? It pisses me off because I don't have a baby to put in that seat. You know, I need more groceries. You know, why does everything have to cater to babies? I get so sick of it. You know, like that family bathroom, and then the biggest thing, like the sink is all wet, but the baby changing table is dry. Truth be told, I put paper towels on it and put all my stuff on the baby. And if there's no baby in there, like, what about us who don't have babies? Or what about people who don't want babies? Why do we have to be subjected to all that? So now here she goes. She had no kids at the time. She's only 20 years old, and she goes in with the baby seat, probably dressed, you know, and you know, you all are good for falling for a look. If she was black, maybe with corn braids, you'd probably be looking at her and following her, but no. And she gets to the baby area, or excuse me, the beauty area, and she lifts the seat, and she's throwing stuff. I guess big enough stuff so it wouldn't fall through the slats to fall on the floor, right? Throwing everything in there. She didn't realize, though, that there are cameras everywhere. Even if they didn't want to see her, you were seen by the cameras. So the guard stopped her, and she denied stealing. And they brought her to the back, and they said, "Ma'am, this is you, look." She went to the self-checkout. So she threw a few other things in there, just, you know, just throw a few things to make it look good. And self-checked out and acted like she forgot to lift up the seat. I'll be honest with you, that happened to me at Home Depot. Yeah, that happened to me at Home Depot. And it was a day that I had to pick Kev up from school, and I'd stopped there, and it was light bulbs, but they were like 2 in a pack, so it wasn't a box. It was kind of flattish, and I had my handbag on top, and I don't know how to self-checkout, but the main checkout, there were too many people. So I did not know how, I'm like, and I'm so sweaty, I don't want him to be late, the black mom late to pick up her kid at school, you know. And I forgot, they followed me out to the parking lot, they called me Wendy Williams. You know, they see me getting in the Bentley. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. And I said to them, I said, "Oh, I didn't mean to do it." I said, "Here, I'll pay now. Do you have a swiper on your, it turns out he had a swiper on his phone, and he was real nice to me, and it didn't feel like a crime at all. It felt like innocent woman who lives in the town of Livingston. You know the Home Depot I'm talking about, on Route 10. That Home Depot right there, Still, when I go to Jersey, that's my Home Depot, because I always feel like they'll always remember the incident. You know?
Right.
And also when I used to shop there with my parents, and they would eat all their full day of meals with the samples. So look, but they gave the queen, the princess, whatever she calls herself, 2 days in jail and 6 months probation. Plus she had to attend a theft awareness class. Classes, multiple. First of all, I think that 2 days any time in jail for something like that is too much. She tried it, but she didn't win. There are murderers and real killers and real crime going on out here. And I realized this was back in 2012, but we could see the crime ramp up. And for many of us, the crime that people are seeing now has been going on for decades. You all are just seeing something new. And then probation, 6 months probation. What does that mean? She can't steal anymore for 6 months? I don't understand what that means. And then to attend an anti-theft series of classes, isn't that like junior jail? You know how there's some people who go to prison and come out better crooks? Like if I were in that class, true talk, I think I would want to sit up next. So how'd you do what you do? How'd you do what you do? All right, because this is not cleaning me up. This is wasting my time. I got 6 months probation. You know, I had to pay for a lawyer. How do my eyelashes look? Is what she says to the people in the, you know. All right, you ready for another good one? So there's a fast food place in Arkansas. It's in a part of Arkansas. Is it Arkansas?
Uh-huh.
It's in a part of Arkansas that very small town, working class people. An employee there was fired because of her pornographic past. She was a porn star. Perfect real name, Lana Wells. Lana Wells, a married woman with 3 children. And she did internet porn to support her family. She didn't do porn, she did internet porn. And yeah, you know what? There might not be a difference depending on how far you go with the porn, you know what I mean? Recently, she said that she wanted to quit the internet porn, this was recently, because of Corona. She didn't want to catch Corona. Now, see how far the internet porn was going? I don't know, because sometimes you can take it off the net and meet me out in the back in the car, and my husband is fine with it, and the kids are young, they're sleeping, but this is what I do to help support my family. And you know, we women, we've got one thing that will out-support a man any day when it comes to a household and how to support a household. So she's working, and she told the people at the fast food place exactly what she does. So they knew that she quit because she did not want Corona. Now we know our fast food places, they clean down and scrub up. They swab the noses of their employees and take their temperatures. They do a good job, at least the ones that I've been to, you fast food places. They're not allowing me to say the fast food place, and I won't, but it's a place that we all go to a lot, around here and out there. Mm-hmm. Come on. Stop, I don't want to choke. Okay, so she told them about it. So here she is, all cleaned up, with her coworkers, minding her own business, bagging up stuff. Next thing you know, a customer comes in and recognizes her from goes over to the manager and says, she is not right to be working here. Fire her or I'm telling everybody. So they fired her. And now, unfortunately, because we found out about it, I'm telling everybody. But I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean it in a good way. I was watching My 600-Pound Life. Did you see the one where the lady eats the food to support herself? She's so big, she has to weigh close to 1,000 pounds. I mean, she's way more than 600 pounds. Like close to 1,000 pounds. And she's a younger girl, and you can see she's prettier in the face. And she really is a beauty girl. She knew how to put on her eyelashes and her press-on nails and stuff. And she's got a big following on the internet, not because of that show, but because she decided to support herself because of her looks. Nobody's hiring her. You know, she can't even fit in to get in the car. So she goes late at night and she puts out her smorgasbord of food. And it looks beautiful though. Like it was sad, like I was crying and laughing at the same time. And then she lets her watchers vote on what the grand finale is gonna be. And so on this particular night, and that's the one that she really eats all the way down. But she eats everything, like she's eating tacos, she's eating burgers, and she eats some quinoa and salad, but she puts sour cream and mayonnaise all over the salad, and she's spooning the mayonnaise in her mouth, and she's eating steak all the way down to the bone, then breaking the bone and sucking the marrow and stuff. And on the night that I saw it, the grand finale was, the vote that got it was a 3-tiered wedding cake made of the fontina. So they wanted her to eat the fontina and everything. And they got to choose what kind. I think it was white on the outside and black on the inside. And she threw all the way down. And then right afterwards, she closed her computer and she ripped off her lashes and went right back into morbidly obese. What am I going to do with my life? I've got to lose this weight, woman.
Yeah.
It was sad.
I wish I had seen that. I would love to have watched that.
Yeah, for cruelty reasons.
I might have to look it up.
We've got more great show for you, everybody.